Yeah, so this is the bonus box, and then I still have a whole case. I love how the release date says it's January 28th. That's always very funny. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I gotta be careful not to cut myself with sharp and pointy objects. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together now. Alright. So, I guess we should start with the bonus box, because this is not going to be accommodating for any data that I'm actually going to be looking for in my case. Because usually, if anyone is new to this, I like to start off... Oh my god, all these crumbs everywhere. I like to start off with trying to figure out the things that I'm looking for, and then the data that I want to, like, kind of see. Just because each box is a little bit different. So, I guess for funsies, while I wait for people to come, I will do my bonus box. Ooh, alright. Zoe up top. And this is probably going to be a yellow memory boost then. I don't know if there's like an actual correlation between memory boosts and tamers, but it seemed like there was. So that's something to look out for. Actually, let's see if this is a yellow memory boost, just for shits and giggles. And it is a green memory boost. Alright, not bad. Alright, let's see if there's any funky seating or anything going on here. I probably need to make space, but oh well. There we go. Move a little bit closer. Everything is looking a-okay. Minus the fact that these corded headphones are going to get in the way a little bit, but that's okay. Alright. Pack one, pick one. So, I'm going to go slow for this, just because, usually do. Oh, hey, Roxas. I wasn't trying to escape you. So we got Brachio, Thunder Laser, Memory Boost, Boutmon, Antila, Shellmon, Huckmon, Dipenmon, Kapurimon, Avenge Kidmon, Ancient Beetle, and Koji. So I know right off the bat, the rares are actually going to be a little bit harder to pull than they normally are, just because the Chronicle, or the Campaign rares, why do I always want to say Chronicle? The Campaign rares, or aka promos, are taking up a rare slot in the set, actually making it harder to pull any given rare. So you'll get some boxes where, like, you won't even see a particular rare at all, but you'll see, like, 2 or 3 of another still. And that's because, like, that should have been that one rare, but it was taken up by the promo. File, Boko. Most expensive common we have, Bokomon. Tidal Wave, Scatter Mode, Gigastorm, Triceramon, Korikakumon, Rahihimon, Burning, Eos, Ancient Sphinx, and Quasi-Light Blaster. Uncommons, commons. Yeah, the fact that Bokomon is, like, worth more than certain SRs is kind of funny. Ultra Turbulence, Darugamon, Ghostmon, Saber Leo, Brave Metal, Tuskmon, Kingwaymon, Gomamon, Dorimon, Nidhoggmon, Zoe, and a Susanomon. Hey, check that out. Already off to a good start with a Susanomon in the bag.
What was your bonus?
Well, I got a Susanomon as a bonus card, or in my bonus box, so that's already pretty good.
That's just one box, right?
Yeah, this is just one box. I have the others here because this is the bonus box.
Oh, okay. Bonus box.
Yeah, this is the box that I technically paid less for because I spent like 800 on the case, and then he immediately dropped it down to like 750, and I was just like, but I already paid 800, and he's like, oh, no, don't worry. I'll give you an extra booster box. So, this is my bonus booster box that's at a slightly discounted price.
Gotcha.
So, he's a chill dude. He's in Ohio. I wish he was my actual friend. Is that an SR? Yeah, that's an SR. Okay. I wish it was my actual friend, but he doesn't have a account to buy Bandai products yet. Because you need certain distributors to be able to buy Bandai products. And otherwise, I would be buying from him all the time. Because he would literally sell it to me at cost, and I just pay the shipping, which is the greatest deal I've ever heard. Just because we were buds in Ohio. But it seems like his store is doing well. He mainly supports Flesh and Blood right now. So, hey. I'll just put that as a... I'll put that there.
Well, if you get good cards in your bonus box.
I mean, I already got Susanomon. That's all I could really ask for. A Magna Guru would be pretty good. I don't even know what's, like, super expensive. I know the set's not, like, terribly expensive. There's a couple of cards that are, like, decent. Susanomon's obviously the big one. He was, like, pre-selling for, like, 20 at one point, and then he just jumped all the way up to 50.
Oh, wow.
It's because he is a good card that can be played in lots of decks, and usually when that happens, card prices go up. Especially when he's already holding a high rarity.
Oh, he's a Rainbow Fusion.
Yes.
Or he's a rainbow card.
Yeah, so this card's literally super disgusting because of that rainbow evolution. So he could literally Digivolve off of any level 6 in the game. No one else can do that. He has 2 very strong abilities that make him very good. And you could even use him better in hybrid-based decks because you could Digivolve him on top of Tamers.
So, he's this game's version of a Wormcoil engine.
He is definitely cracked. He is a very good card that a lot of decks can take advantage of. So yellow hybrids uses him just because they don't have an actual win condition, and he's their win condition. Purple hybrids can fill up their trash to be able to use his ability easier. Blue uses him just because they can. That's literally the only way I can describe that. Green can use him because they have cheap ways to reduce his cost to make him even less. So Susanomon's just an insane card that could be used in a lot of different decks. Oh, and I just realized I could use my big box as a trash box.
Good for you. I don't know if you heard my announcement, but I finally made it through episode 2.
I did. How'd you like it?
It was pretty good. It was like the whole him being attacked by a doll thing, and then him like in his dorm.
Oh, that, yeah.
Introducing the other chick.
Don't worry, it gets better. Jujutsu Kaisen is a very good show.
Surprised you and Matt haven't talked about the movie at D&D yet.
Oh. I'm actually not. I don't know if it's on his radar. To be honest.
He's not as much of an anime buff as you are.
Yeah, I gotta see, like, what movie theaters it's playing in, if it's playing at our MJR. Which would be dope. Apparently Batman's doing, like, gangbusters, but I do not care about DC films. Ooh! Altart Skull Nightmon.
That is something about this game, is the art is pretty dang good.
Oh yeah, Japan, like, it's so funny. They did a whole art contest, and, like, the difference in the art skills between Japanese artists and English artists are, like, actually insane. It's just, like, you looked at some of the, some English people posted theirs, and then, like, you just compare it to some, like, casual Japanese people, and it's just like, whoa. We need to step up.
I mean, our animation standard in the United States is Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah, it's... our animation is absolutely abysmal. Hey, Magna Guru. That's a good card. Our animation standards are awfully low. It is kind of laughable. Japan was running the... Like, they were kings of animation, and then they just recently said, yeah, we're going to stop innovating because we actually don't need to. Because they're that far ahead of everyone. So, that's always fun.
It's the Eisman.
Eismon's so good. This card's, like, actually busted. Like, that's why it's getting limited. It's just too good. But yeah. I like all of the anime references that they make in the card game. I like poking at them. I'm just listening to chiptune music. This card sucks. It's so sad. I wanted it to be good, but it's just not. Like, a lot of the other Ancients just aren't as good as the,
Ancient Guru.
Ancient Guru or Ancient Greymon. It might be Protagonist Syndrome, but they're just not as good.
But it's yellow.
Yellow is pretty busted mechanically, just because they're stupid. Like, I kind of already made a video on it, where it's just like, yellow literally can do everything, and that's kind of the problem. Like, everything just works, everything just synergizes with each other. They have some of the best removal, some of the best interactions.
You have like 30 Eisman, you can use 2 of them.
Yeah, this card's actually broken. Like, Jet Sylphie is actually ridiculously stupid. Yeah, because literally, like, if you're using it in a yellow hybrids deck properly, it's basically just a recover 1 for 1 memory, because her ability will reduce her cost by 2, and she costs 3. So you could be like, okay, I have a Pokemon on the field, let me go into, like, Kazemon or Jets, or to Zephyrmon, then that's free, because Pokemon's on the field, or at worst it's 2. And then just Digivolve on top into Jet Sylphie for 1, recover, and then Digivolve into a Mega to recover again. Like, it's so stupid. I actually think that maybe Yellow Hybrids is going to end up being a really bad deck to take to events because it's so stally, and the mirror is probably miserable. These are always kind of nice. I like the idea. I don't like the execution. Oops.
The actual full arts?
No. It's just, what the cards are doing. So, these are promos, that they just inserted into our packs. So, because they did that, it is taking away from the rare slot, and it's actually making some of the rares harder to pull. And then on top of that, like, these cards probably would have been, like, meta good, like, maybe a set or 2 ago, so they just literally released these too late.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna have a butt ton of them, because you get 4 of these in a box. Giga Storm! Tommy! So good. Character-wise, he's kind of eh. He's the crybaby of the group, but card-wise, he's insane. Yeah, so the two tamers people hate the most out of this season of the anime is Tommy, because, like I said, he's the crybaby. He's the crybaby, I don't really do anything. And did I pull one yet? I did not pull a JP, but he's the green one, and people just don't like his personality. I wish I could get you to watch all of Digimon, but that's a lot of content to go through.
That would be a very passive adventure. We will need to find something to do while doing that.
Yeah, because each season of Digimon is like 50 to 54 episodes. Makes me want to whip this mat back out. I like this mat. People still compliment me on this mat. Like, I have not made another mat since. I probably want to try to. I just haven't had the time. But people still compliment on this mat, and they're just like, yo, that mat is so dope. Because it is. It's easily one of my favorite mats next to Oops All Agumon, because, you know, memes. But how are you doing, Max? I just started. This is my bonus box, so I still have a long ways to go. I haven't even touched my case. So we're in for a long night.
I find it hilarious how the other Kingdom Hearts fans found you as a Digimon streamer.
He was actually with me since Buddy Fight Roxas. So he was back in my Buddy Fight days, one of my online friends.
Gotcha.
And then Buddy Fight got the RIP, so we moved over to Digimon. He's a little bit more passive on it than I am, but he still likes it. Hey, Kazuchimon. That's a good one.
Why am I saying this?
Yeah, you have anime to watch.
I have anime and video games to play.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just go watch more JJK.
I'll at least watch one more episode.
Yeah, you gotta see the female character, at least.
Gotta see the female character.
Yeah.
Is it better than Sakura?
Oh, way better. She's actually good at doing stuff. Her power is, like, actually secretly broken, and she'll get really good later on, when she obviously gets stronger.
So are their curses basically just, like, curses, like, the curse power from Fairy Tail, except just not evil?
Kinda.
Because, like, oh, yeah, they have curses, which is basically just a different form of magic that's...
I mean, yeah, it's a shonen power system. So, I just realized a lot of the rookies were in the rare slot. Maybe that's why, like, pre-releases felt extra awkward.
Have a thought.
I'll try. This is a lot. But I also got to, hey, there's the JP and an Emperor. Nice. But I also have to prep for the Gyroshan event tomorrow. So that's going to be what I'm doing post box openings. I hope you could hear the music alright. I didn't realize, like, how low I had it last time. Like, before I made the change. Alright, I guess I could just use these sleeves. I'm not even going to waste my time sleeving these because they're not, for the most part, like, outside of Magna Guru and maybe Dorogoramon, like, they're not really worth a whole lot. So I'm just going to sleeve the Altar and the Secret. And then these are also not really worth a whole lot because you're going to see these a lot too. So that was my bonus box, so that didn't count towards anything that I'm, like, looking for data-wise. So let's clean this up and actually start the case opening. I will pull these off to the side. I need to be a little bit untethered. There we go. Because I actually need to find a space to put my boxes. Hey everyone, I am actually now officially starting my case opening. So this is box 1 of my case opening. So we could have all of this fun together from the beginning, now that people are actually starting to join. I don't know if other streams are winding down, but yeah. So now we get into the actual good stuff. Well, I mean, the bonus box was pretty good, but now we get into the real good stuff. Alright. So we have a Koji box. Oops, missed a pack. Why don't you do a Digimon tag for the box openings? I could. I could change the tag real quick. That is here. I just am so tired of typing Digimon TCG into everything. I'll just label it as card battle, whatever. I think that's what everyone's just doing, Digimon digital card battle. Alright. So now, it is official. We are in the box open, or the case opening. I don't think actually anyone has that game. Now that I think about it, Digimon Card Battle, or Digital Card Battle. Not a lot of people do. Alright. So I'm gonna kind of like blaze through this. Just because I already like showed pretty much most of everything from the bonus box. Who is also streaming? I don't know. I thought Joe Dobby was streaming. Ben Lee could be streaming. There's a whole bunch of Digimon streamers, so I don't exactly know who's streaming. Especially not looking at them because I'm streaming. Oh, we already got a SR in the form of Were Guru. I actually really like this card. I'm going to move my commons over here because this stack could get kind of big. Hey, language. That's why I don't have chat up here. Like on screen. Nothing good there. Well, I can't say nothing good. We got a Jet Sylphie. And didn't I have a Pokemon? No, but hey, it's a pack. I actually have no idea if the boxes are seeded or mapped. They probably are. I just don't think anyone like actually bothered to pay attention to it. And I'm not exactly the best at trying to find it, although like if it's there, I could relay the information well enough. Like, I would know what to look for and how to present it. Alright, Roxas, enough. So, I actually like this set. I think a lot of people do. Like, even though the funny thing is, Frontiers, anime-wise, was not very, like, well-received. Like, people still like the characters and they like the Digimon and the concepts. What decks am I planning on building from these? Well, you're going to have to stick around to find out at the end of the stream, because I'm going to, well, I mean, post-case opening, I'm going to be building some decks. But the one I'm initially excited for is obviously Red Hybrids, because I like punching things really hard and being super aggressive. Hey, Lucimon! So that is probably the deck I'm going to start off with first, is Red Hybrids. I was playing around with Jesmon and Gabuband, just because I didn't have all my BT07 when I was going to locals. because obviously I'm literally opening it right now. But Gabubond and Jesmond still do work. Like, they're still good decks. Especially against some other hybrid-based decks, like maybe not against yellow hybrids sometimes, but like they could still put in work. Yellow hybrid's healing is just absolutely obnoxious. Like, it's not necessarily because the deck is strong, it's because the deck just stalls so long. I mean, it also has some really strong control elements to it, too. So you could do a lot of different things with yellow hybrids. So you could be like Shine, you could be Kazuchi, you could be Dynus. There's some really good tech cards that you could do with yellow hybrids. But depending on where the meta goes and like if we actually get sideboards, like that's going to determine a lot. Yellow and purple build seems pretty good. Yeah, it's because like the purple adds the removal that yellow is lacking. Because they're already playing so much tamer heavy stuff. So like the way the cards work, kind of like the way their cards work, kind of de-incentivizes you from running anything but hybrids and tamers. And that kind of just, I don't want to say it sucks. It's just, it makes it a little bit more awkward to try to build a control deck with no control tools. So, like, that's where the purple stuff comes in, because, like, you could just basically play almost no level 3s or very little level 3s because of how hybrids work. And then you get this card that just board wipes the opponent for having low-level Digimon out. So you could try to, like, play one big removal card and then have this to basically just act as a Swiss Army knife of removal. Hey, double tamers. I guess all of my, like, SRs are, like, on this side. That's weird. But yeah, I think yellow-purple is probably the way to play the deck. You could play it mono-yellow, and I think if you're playing it mono-yellow, you kind of have to rely a little bit heavier on Shine to act as that control tool that you're, like, lacking that purple adds. And then, like, Dynasmon is also really stupidly good at this deck, too. Or that deck. Just because more stall and more heal. Hey, Rasenmon. So, I want to see the least of Rasenmon, even though I actually kind of like him. Like, Rasenmon is just a worse Shine Greymon, which is just unfortunate, but, like, that's what he is. Lilithloop is still good. Lilithloop is not going away anytime soon, unfortunately.
You're an out-of-control roller coaster of emotions. That is every woman ever.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much.
JJK's got some good lines. My roommate's watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Cherubimon. Hey, everyone's looking for Cherubimon. What's my favorite alt art from the set? Probably Cherubimon's. Like, I really like that harsh purple and, like, the Zeus, like, thunder joust pose that he has. Like, I think that art is actually just straight up fire. But, yeah, Cherubimon's actually another pretty decent card. Hey, an alt art of him. I'm not super happy about it, but I do think this card's kind of neat. I like his art, though. Like my roommate was saying before, like, Digimon's art is just so good. Like, I could kind of say it's a little bit on the generic side, because, like, you look at a lot of Japanese card games, and they all have this level of art. But, like, the way Digimon frames their art and their characters is very well done. Like, look at this. Like, that's kind of neat. And this is just a common. I wish he had his egg, but I guess it might be there. You just can't see it. I don't know. Yeah, Cherubimon's ult does look really sick. Vikemon. Yeah, because, like, my brother played Force of Will strictly for the art, and even though that game, like, turned to crap really quickly mechanically, like, the art was still pretty solid. I think, like, right now, the game's not in that great of a state. Like, I don't hear any buzz about it at all from anyone. On top of the fact that, like, the art quality actually went down, and, like, I Spy is just using Gate Ruler to sell some of their art to reuse. And that's kind of bothering me and off-putting for Gate Ruler. Because, like, when I play a new card game, I want to see new art. I don't want to see all of this recycled art from an old card game that, like, not a whole lot of people played. Like, granted, there is that caveat where it's like, yeah, not everyone knows what the art is or where it's from. But, like, at the same time, I do. And I'm not alone on that one. But the fact that, like, Digimon is putting so much love into their art, it really makes me happy. Because, like, a lot of their art has references. A lot of their art is... They change up the styles. They just have some, like, really good art. Ebon Wormmon. So, I guess the challenge is, like, how many Susanos to Lucimons am I going to get? Like, that is the big challenge. Tommy and Metal Gray. After this box, I'm probably just going to start skipping straight to the end instead of flipping through everything. Laser, Bout, Brave Metal. I like King Waymon. I like the whole splitting the evolution sources, like, mechanic. Dorugoramon. Nice. Like, there's just a lot of mechanical depth that they have, and I'm really interested and curious to see what BT10 is going to do now that we know it's Cross Wars themed. And, like, they're supposedly going to introduce a new mechanic. I hope it's not, like, the Planeswalkers mechanic. I think that would be really boring. Hey, Seraphimon. Probably one of the better ones of these tamers. So, did I get my 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, so there's one more. Hope Shoutmon makes a comeback. I do too. My brother loves Shoutmon. Like, he really is enjoying the Shoutmon Blitz deck. But after playing it, he does notice that it is a little bit slower than just something like Jessamon. Hey, Magnet Guru, that's what we want to see. Yeah, I know Vanguard's premium format is getting a lot better. I still don't care about Vanguard. But it does have good art, and I think the anime is halfway entertaining. Even though I don't play the game. I haven't watched a whole lot of the new season of Vanguard, just because there's been too much other things for me to watch. Should I bother keeping track? I'll just keep track of these two. Let's go with Sleevage. Alright, and then I can put these in a box. And then move on to box 2. Huh. So, I'm not exactly going to waste a lot of time towards the end counting, like, rares. I just know mathematically you are going to be seeing less of your average rare. Any good pulls? From my bonus box, I got a Susanomon and Dark Knightmon. And then from my box 1, I got Harrismon and Chaos Mode. And then I've just been seeing, I mean, SRs are just SRs. So nothing like super spicy yet. I just started. So right now I am on box 2 of my case. So we are just starting to have fun. But welcome YRG. Always nice. YRG, are you playing in Gyroshan's event tomorrow, or are you going to one of our locals? NYGN. Huh. Alright, let's just get right to the chase and start cutting to the back of the packs now. So, 2 rares. The JP's nice. I actually really like green hybrids. Not because of like the cuteness of red green, but just because I still like green. I'm not like a hardcore green player, but I do like the fun that green can be had. Hey, a Lucimon and a Sphinxmon. So let's leave up this Lucimon. So I actually think they might have increased the pull rate of secrets in this set based on the stuff that I've been seeing. So we'll see how many secrets that I get. But they changed it from like 8 to 10 or something like that. Garurumon. I guess I should... I'll put Lucimon over here. Oh, you're a common. Uncommon. Commons. So, we'll see how many we actually end up with. But I do want to try to pull more Susanomons than Lucimons. Just because, like, Lucimon's a good card, don't get me wrong. But it has very specific and limited usage. Whereas Susanomon, even though you do need less of him, he's just an overall better card. Oh, these are rares. So, this is, like, literally, I watched their prices flip on TCG Player, where Lucimon was the $50 card, and Susanomon was $20, and then I think everyone realized that was a mistake, and they quickly readjusted. X Antibodies is fun. I'd probably build X Antibodies to be OTK, because I am under the firm philosophy right now that if you're not an OTK deck as like a traditional style of deck, you're probably doing it wrong. Just because hybrids move really fast and they can hit relatively hard. So you need your own way to try to counteract that, and just being able to try to OTK is like super valuable. I think like Black OTK has a little bit better of a time because they actually have defensive tools that they could use to be able to survive, but who knows? It'll be interesting to see how the meta develops. I just think like because of the way the meta is like starting to form, Yellow Hybrids is obviously the deck to beat, and then it's going to be Red Hybrids after that. Like those two decks are just too popular. So, like, if you want to try to build and tech your deck around the meta, those are the two decks you want to try to build around and against. I think Blue Hybrids is still, like, really good. It just has a harder time dealing with Yellow Hybrids, which is the problem. Like, Yellow Hybrids is just really strong as a whole. It might be the boogeyman of the set. I don't know. I kind of hope it's not. And, like, there is no definitive boogeyman, like there was in some of the other sets. But I think depending on popularity and, like, bigger tournament results, like, Digifest is going to have a huge impact on the meta. So, like, right now, everyone's in that initial testing phase. And once Digifest comes in, then we're actually in the, like, deeper form of the deeper part of the meta. But it's gonna be fun. Like, that's kind of why I'm leaning towards red hybrids, is because, like, it has, out of all of the other hybrid-based decks, the best matchup on yellow hybrids. Not saying it's, like, a 100% guaranteed win. Nothing is. But it just has one of the better matchups going into that match. And that's, like, the only real reason why I want to play it. Outside of the fact that I'm a filthy, dirty aggro player, I like turning cards sideways and watch my opponent cry because of how much damage I'm doing. Hey, Kazuchimon! Because I do need to take some time and actually build some decks and update decks now that I actually got my cards. It only took about a week late, but they came in. Emperor, nice to see you, as always. Emperor's in a kind of an interesting spot. Like, yellow hybrids without the Ancient is, like, it's fine. I just don't think it's as strong because you really need that punch potential. And I think that's, like, what's making or breaking red hybrids. Like, it can still deal some damage, it's just not enough, and, like, once he's done, like, you're still going to have to try to rebuild. And that might be a little bit too hard to ask for at times. But red hybrids also has, like, insane levels of consistency compared to a lot of other red decks. And same with blue hybrids. Like, just because we already had lots of hybrid-based tools sprinkled in throughout the sets, and that kind of eclipses, like, blue hybrids is a little bit more interesting in different ways to build it because there's just more blue hybrids. Because you have the Tommy hybrids. Whereas red, you literally only have one set and just a couple of extra cards versus the other hybrid-based decks. So I think, like, blue hybrids is definitely going to be the more interesting of the hybrid decks. Ooh, alt art. I like this alt art. What's he got going on? So he's got a Vidramon over here and a Garudamon in the art. I don't exactly know what it's referencing, but it's cool. Like, I'm just really excited to play tomorrow. Like, I also think that, like, the Gyroshans event is going to have a pretty sizable turnout. They usually do. And that's also going to help start define the early stages of the meta. Is people are going to use that as one of the larger tournament results to start gauging what they want to play and what they should be teching. Because towards the middle end of any given meta, that's usually where you're going to want to start, like, being extra creative about your techs and really understand what the meta is and where the direction of it is going. Oh, I feel like I just saw Rasenmon, like, in this box. And I'm like, that can't be possible. I don't know if this is like a duplicate box. I've seen people, like, post about duplicate boxes, like, just because the pull rates are so similar. Hey, Cherubimon. You deciding what I'm playing tomorrow? There's a very high chance that it's going to end up being red hybrids, just because I think that's going to be one of the better counter decks to yellow hybrids. And yellow hybrids is already looking like the deck to beat, so I might as well build the deck that actually has the best chance at beating it. Like, Jesmon also could beat it, depending on, like, how you play with Jesmon and what their deck does. Because, as you saw, like, last time I played in the Gyroshan event, like, some of those tech cards actually do matter. Like, worlds matter. Because I beat the security control player without Ancient Troymon with blue, but I wasn't able to beat it with Ancient Troymon. So, the techs actually do matter. And I think, like, it's harder to tech against red versus blue. And I think red, just because it's doing, like, a very simple and effective thing, makes it a slightly stronger deck, even though there's lots of different ways to play blue. Oh, this one had an Ebb and Wormmon. I was just checking to see if this was like a duplicate box. It was mostly similar. Alright, box 2 is done. But I think, like, there's some really interesting stuff that you could do with hybrids, just because mixing and matching the colors is really easy, because you just run the Tamers, and then you just Digivolve off of the Tamers. So you don't actually need a level 3, which is what's making them pretty fun. And, like, I was playing with mulligans at locals, and, like, we barely even needed to mulligan, just because the consistency of decks has gone up overall, and the different methods on how we're playing also contribute to less overall bricking. Another Koji box. So, I'm going to see if there actually is a correlation at the end, like, between, not necessarily box toppers and supers or secrets. That might be a thing, but so far I don't know. And then I'm going to see, like, if the memory boost has any correlation to the box toppers as well. So there's just a lot of fun things to be looking out for in just case studies. But I think, like, this set, there's just a lot of viable decks in the meta. And a lot of people are just going to forego most of those fun decks just for yellow hybrids, unfortunately. And I don't even know if Yellow Hybrids is that good of a tournament deck, because if you know the majority of the field is going to be Yellow Hybrids, you really have to be able to beat the mirror in order to, like, prove your deck, because otherwise you could just stall yourself out and go into time almost every single game just because the deck really doesn't do anything. And I don't necessarily know if just the stall out would be good for events. I don't think it is, like, because you actually want to win. And the second you lose, your ties become significantly worse. So, it'll be interesting. Another Lucimon. So, that is the third Lucimon in a row. That's interesting. I probably should have been calculating where I'm pulling my boxes from instead of just donkey pulling, but I kind of also need to make space for the boxes to go back in. But the fact that we already are at 3 Lucimons is both cool and worrisome all at the same time, because I want to see more Susanamon than Lucimon. Not necessarily just for the money, but just because Susanamon's a better card to use. Like, I was explaining my roommate, like, the fact that he has Rainbow Evolution, the fact that he could Digivolve off of Tamers, the fact that, like, a whole bunch of decks can actually use him, just make him a very versatile card. Granted, like, you could just splash in the Lucimon package into a lot of yellow or purple decks, but again, that's still somewhat limited usage. Lotmon's probably an underrated card. I really like that card. Oh. Another Metal Greymon. Oh, but this is going to be one interesting meta. I'm excited for, like, both this meta and the next one. Just because they kind of play off of each other on, like, how the game is shifting. Like, hybrids just right now in Japan seem really, really strong. Like, almost too strong, because they're already on BT10, or they're just entering BT9, and hybrids are still dominating their format. Still. They're topping less, just because there's more to play on that same power level, but yeah. You were gonna pick up a box of BT7 and BT4 tomorrow? Yeah, BT4, like, get it while it's hot. is definitely a really good call. Because the boxes were going down in value really, really hard. And I don't know what their current prices are. But I'm pretty sure that they started spiking up just because people wanted them for all of the hybrid support. Because, like, the box did go as low as almost, like, $55-$60, which is relatively cheap compared to some other boosters. And the fact that it had some really generous pull rates was also pretty nice. I think the secrets are a little bit harder to pull in that set, though, just because there was 3 of them. And a case didn't even get you a full playset of all 3. I think it got you a playset of, like, 2 of them, and then you were missing, like, 1 off of the 3rd or something like that. And that's including the alt art. Ooh, alt art Strabi. Alt art Strabi. I love this art. Like, this art is so nice. I just like it. I am a huge Stravimon fan. Well, not necessarily a huge one. I just like Stravimon. Like, the character was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we didn't see it in Frontiers, but we did see it in 2020. So, that was definitely fun. 2020 did a lot of, like, weird and interesting things. Like, they brought in armors. Hey, there's a Skull Knightmon. Or Dark Knightmon. They brought in armors. They brought in the idea of, like, the Digimon being able to digivolve into different forms based on their location. You pull the Flamemon, which is pretty cool. Yeah, no, both of them are really sick. Like, they're... Like, I get that they're foils of one another. Like, they do basically the same thing just for their respective colors. But, like, they're just really cool cards. Like, I like their designs. Like, the first time I saw Flamemon in Frontier, I was like, what? They have, like, a child form for their hybrids? That was insane to me. And, like, the emotional ties of, like, Takuya questioning who he was as a character and what he was doing was pretty nice. I kind of wish Koji kind of had that. Hey, Emperor. But Koji was a little bit more calm and collected, except for when it got to his brother. That was the only time he really, like, struggled. Because he didn't know how exactly to handle fighting his brother while he was on the bad guy's side. And I kind of hope, like, they bring his evil form into the game, along with the rest of the spirits. And the 10 warriors. I kind of hope they bring the rest of those in also. They'll do that later, I'm sure. Just going back to it. Because right now, some of these ancients just kind of suck. Seems like Kaiser Greymon's art is a bit of a chase. Yeah, it's a really good art, and it's a really good alt, and the card is going to see lots of play, just because Red Hybrids is really good. So, like, that's part of the reason why he's, like, a chase. But got people I know who ripped cases and can't find them for... oh, yeah, I mean, alt arts are not... Alt arts usually are in the wild area, where it's just like, you don't know what to expect when it comes to your alts in a case. He seems short-printed. He could be. For an alt, he definitely could be. It wouldn't surprise me just because the alts are randomized. Like, they're the only thing that's, like, actually randomized when it comes to a case setting. So, like, I know for a fact I'm probably going to see a full playset of Susanomon and a full playset of Lucimon in a case. And then I think they added, like, 2 extra secret rare slots instead of alt arts. So there's actually less alt arts going around just because of that. So, like, I saw people opening up, like, 5 of each. And then 1 alt art of each. So the 1 alt art seems to be, like, a more consistent thing of the secrets. but the more they take away from certain slots, the harder things become. So if they actually did take away 2 alt art slots, then that would make sense on why certain alt arts are harder to find. How many of those bulk are playable? Actually, there's a decent amount of the bulk that's playable. So like, if like a lot of these are like evolution line based, so like the Korikakuban and the Tommy stuff is really good if you're playing purple hybrids. Like a lot of these bulk cards are actually somewhat playable in the right deck. Like you even have Tortamon in a Jagamon based deck. So like, because the game is designed based off of evolution lines, like the bulk for the most part has some meaning more now than ever. Like, in some of the previous sets, like, the bulk really didn't matter. Just because the cards were, like, already in that fluffer filler zone. But the bulk seems to be a little bit more specific now. Just because they have to be. Because we're out of that fluff and filler zone. I mean, you're still going to have fluff and filler. It's just, there's less of it. And cards seem to be serving more of a specific purpose. So here's another JP. So far, 2 Kojis and 2 JPs. We're off to a really good start here. Move the pack over. This is box number 4, in case anyone is wanting to know what box we're on. Although I probably should start moving where I'm putting my boxes. So I'm just ripping at the back. But like, yeah. So just in this pack, as far as usable cards, you have Dorugoromon, you have Aizumon Scattermon, Metal Kabuterimon, you have Kendo Garurumon. So like, I don't exactly know if this is like a bulk card. It's pretty solid. It has some usability. I'll just label it as not bulk. So like, I really only have 2 fluff cards out of like the commons of this pack. Just as an example. And then with my uncommons, like Dorimon is pretty playable for the X-Antibody deck. Call from Darkness is a good purple card, and Meme Tyrannomon is for that Jagamon deck. These are more bulk. Like the bulks seem to be more in the rare slot than some of the other slots this time around. Because like if it's basically not a tamer or something that's directly helping a deck, it's just not really worth playing. So like this is, I would label this as bulk because nobody wants to use it because it's not a good card for purple hybrids. Same thing with like the Ancient for blue. Like it's just not that great. So it seems like the bulk kind of is in the rare slot rather than the commons and uncommons. Yeah, I managed to grab my playset of X-Antibody alts this weekend. Oh, that's huge. Those cards are only going to go up in price just because X-Antibody is going to be getting like 3 sets of... or this is the first set. 2 more sets of support. Did I already grab the... Yeah, I already grabbed the uncommons. As long as nothing is wasted, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard. I mean, cards are still wasted. Like, there's still some dud cards. Like, Brachiomon. This is kind of a dud card. It really doesn't need to be in here. Especially, like, the way the meta is played now. So there still are dud cards. It's just there's less of it. Because, like, Tidal Wave is a decent card. It has use. Dino Memory Boost is not amazing, but it's not awful. So, like, it's just the change on how the meta is determines, like, what cards are actually going to be good on top of what decks they're trying to push in the set. I missed Buddy Fight, one card game I really wanted to play but never had a chance to. Oh, I feel you. I still have all of my Buddy Fight decks. All, like, almost 50 of them, I think. Like, I was crazy on Buddy Fight. I loved that game. The art was super nice. The gameplay was actually pretty good. Until it basically turned into Yu-Gi-Oh! Which I kind of didn't enjoy, but, like, it was interesting. It's okay, Roxas. Roxas also was into Buddy Fight and stuck with me through my Buddy Fight days, which was actually how I started my YouTube channel, was on Buddy Fight, and then it died, and then I switched over to Digimon. So there's still, like, some Buddy Fight content of, like, towards the end of the game stuff on my YouTube channel. If you just, like, want to watch some Buddy Fight content. I don't have any gameplay of Buddy Fight because I didn't get that far into it to actually, like, play and record with people. Like, I played it, don't get me wrong. I was ready to go to the last Buddy Fight Springfest before it got canceled. And then the whole online thing was kind of like whack from from Bushy Road, because they were still trying to learn what the heck they wanted to do. I'm curious to see what the One Piece card game is going to be about. I am definitely curious. I don't know if I'll, like, play it. I'll see how things go, because I'm a little bit too invested into Digimon. But, especially, like, time-wise and money-wise. But I'll definitely take a look at it, critique it. Maybe play it casually, depending on, like, how my local scene goes with it. But that's still a while's way off. Hey, another Strabi alt art. But, like, if my local scene takes off with it, then I'll think about playing it casually. Like, I do like One Piece. I'm a little bit behind on One Piece, unfortunately. I think as of this time, I'm only on episode 932. So I'm like 70, a little bit more than 70, 80 episodes behind. I could catch up. It's a short little binge, but I haven't been keeping up with it just because too much anime. Like, I'm watching so many other things at the same time, on top of doing my job, on top of YouTube, on top of just life. Oh man, Betamon alt. So this was a dud box because we got double alts. There's only 2 double alt boxes per case, I believe. So this was the first one. So glad we got that dud out of the way. It's kind of unfortunate that it's on Betamon. Like, if I was going to look for another alt art, I wish it was something a little bit better. Maybe I'll just get a playset of the card just because I want to play green hybrids. Like, pure green hybrids. None of that silly red stuff. Just because I don't feel like digging out enough cards to play the red stuff again. And I'm already building a red deck, so... Magna. Magna's always good. I think Daipenmon's actually a pretty solid card. It sucks that he doesn't, like, Evo for 1, like some of the other level 5s, but, like, he's a solid card. You were there since the beginning? Top Buddy Fight reporters across. Okay. I'm just reading some of your stuff, chat. Methinks Vanguard is about to lose more players. Vanguard announced a better ban list in English, so it makes a V Premium more of a viable format. I have no idea about Vanguard. Like, the only Vanguard stuff I have is from before the reboot. I don't have any of the second rebooted cards. I thought about getting, like, a deck just to chill on and, like, casually update, but I just didn't care enough. I gotta watch the show and figure out, like, what deck I kind of want to lean towards. Oh, hey, Card Fight King. What's up? I am currently on box 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is still box 4 of my case. So unfortunately in box 4, we hit a double alt box. So nothing spicy there. The alts weren't even that great. I mean, I like Strabimon, don't get me wrong. But the Betamon's kind of an oof. That feels bad. Like, Betamon's an okay card. It's just, I don't want this as an alt art to chase after. It's not the card to do it with. Strabimon, on the other end, that's a card I kind of do want to chase. Just because Blue Hybrids needs him and he's good. So, there should be, theoretically, only one more double alt box in the case. So, that's at least something to look forward to. Oh, you opened up an Alt-Art Betamon? I think Alt-Art Betamon, for whatever reason, is one of the more common alt-arts. Like, it just seems like he's everywhere compared to some of the others. But getting an alt-art Rasenmon's kind of nice. I like the alt-art. But yeah, when you see, like, 2 dud alt-arts, it is kind of a feels bad. So if you get an extra Susanomon and want to sell it, let me know. I'll have to see how many Susanomons I end up with, but I definitely would be interested in selling. I mean, I do have a TCG player shop after all. Although I should probably try to use that a little bit more and try to keep active. But just with everything in my life right now, it's a little bit hard to do that on top of, like, literally everything. I actually do want to build the Chaosdramon deck as well. I think that deck is fun, and it gets some really solid updates. Betamon deck versus Alphamon deck. Alphamon would win that fight. Hands down. Not even a competition. I guess I'm sticking the box here. Alright, box 5. Sorry, my nose is a little stuffy today. It's probably because, like, the factory that I work at, even though I'm in an office, is still kind of dusty. And then, ooh, finally, a different box topper, a Koichi. But yeah, the office is still kind of dusty, and then I had some spicy Thai food, which was trying to help clear my nose, but I guess it just stuffed back up. I don't know where that pack went. Is this here or here? It doesn't really matter. It'll all get open. Also, allergy seasons. I mean, it literally just snowed, like, where I'm from. Like, it literally went from, like, 50 degrees down to 25 in, like, the span of a night. And then it snowed on top of that. And then it's supposed to go back up to 40 this weekend. And the snow is going to melt. But yeah, I do have your stereotypical like pollen allergy, where it's just like going outside at certain times just makes me sneeze a lot. How've the pulls been? So I pulled a metric butt ton of Lucimon Chaos Mode so far, and that's kind of the only exciting thing. Rasenmon, hey. So right now we're just chilling on box 5. Just got started. As far as like I'm not counting any of the SRs or like promos as like anything spicy. So I did just hit a double alt box, which is going to be unfortunate, or which was unfortunate. That in Canada? Oh, I'm not in Canada. I'm just south of Canada. But I'm close enough to Canada where I can literally drive there. It's just across the bridge. So if anyone wants to put that together, by all means do so. once we finish the box, you want to talk about the invoice? Yeah. We can talk shop later, Roxas. I just got to see, like, everything that I have. It's because you must sacrifice and praise the Lord Lucimon. I mean, so, to spoil one of my future videos, I'm building a Lucimon security control deck. Like, a classic security control deck. So, I know it's, like, really bad against red. But, like, it theoretically is good against anything that's not red. And then it's trying to use Lucimon, to heal, Chaos Mode to delete the opponent's Tamers, and then it also has All Delete and, Zwart Defeat, because, like, that's already a good combo. So, like, that's the deck that I'm trying to make. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it, before I, like, actually commit to making a video on it. But it's going to be a really interesting list, because, like, I still think Classic Security Control is still viable. Hey, another Altart Strabi! That only makes number 3. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I still think, like, classic security control is still viable. It's just less viable because hybrids can dance around a lot of the removal. Harrismon looks kind of cool. I'm sad that he's just from a mobile game and they didn't exactly do more with him, because I really like his design and Rasenmon's design. Like, Rasenmon's like a biker hedgehog. Like, that's kind of neat. Wish you lived there? Lived where? Canada? You want to make a Master Lucid deck? I think that's possible. I do kind of think, like, unfortunately, you are, like, wanting to tie yourself to the hybrid package just because, like, there's no real reason not to, and it could allow you to run both colors even easier than you normally would be able to. So, like, I think, like, doing some testing, that could be pretty interesting. Hey! So, here's another double alt box, unfortunately. Hopefully we don't see any more of those. But at least we got a Magna Guru as the other alt art. So let's just sleeve these bad boys up. Oh, I could probably move them on top of here. So that's my third alt art Stravimon, though. My third one. That's crazy. Like, I know I like blue, but, like, come on. Spread the love a little bit, Bandai. Give me some variety. Like, I still like blue hybrids. Don't get me wrong. Like, I gotta figure out what I want to do with blue hybrids, because I still love the Ancient Guru package. Like, I think Ancient Garurumon is such a fun card to use. But I have to rethink how I'm going to be doing it. Vikemon. CL Awakened is kind of bad. I'm still really iffy on the Awakened Sistermons, because, like, they don't have great initial benefits unless you have the other Sistermon. The Magna Guru or the Magna alt art is nice. Yeah, no, it's a solid alt art. So I'm just hoping I don't see any more double alt boxes for the rest of the case. Because those are the boxes that always feel pretty bad. But that just means it's going to be a more exciting finish when I just open Susanomon after Susanomon after Susanomon. So I've only pulled... Yeah, I've only been pulling from the top half of the case. So it'll be interesting to see if, like, just literally in the bottom half is all Susanomon, and then the top half was all Lucimon. Blanc is the only good one for the recovery. I agree with that statement 100%. There's another Magna Guru. I want to see the most amount of Magna Gurus, because isn't it, like, one of the most expensive SRs on the set? Even though I think, like, it's not gonna, like, hold very well, it's still just one of the better ones. But Jesron rolled me in a tournament, bro. Evolve, the evolution. God, reading is hard. The evolutions were really annoying, but you feel ya. Just like I said, Justmon can still do work. Like, he is still a strong deck. I'm still kind of iffy on the Huckmon and Sistermon stuff. Maybe cutting this to 2 might be better than running a straight 4 of, because it's only looking for our Sistermons, which is a little bit unfortunate. You need Justmon players to brick hard. Yeah, I mean, I think Justmon as a whole is getting more and more consistent. So, I think they finally realized that running only 4 level 5s is a huge mistake. I think it took them almost the entirety of BT6 and Classic to realize that. But they finally learned. I've only been saying it for a while just because I like consistency and seeing my cards. Any good, and by mean competitive, pure black decks. X Antibody is really good. Like X Antibody Zubagon Punch, just because the X Antibody cards, like Dorugoramon is absolutely insane at just being able to boost his own DP and create very powerful stacks. And the stack that you want to pair him up with is going to be his level 5, which is Dorugreymon. So that way you can make him basically have built-in protection. So you could be like, move out of Raising, Digivolve into Dorugreymon, trigger his ability, keep him on the field, or possibly Gress, depending on where the state of the game is. And then next turn you have a safe and easy Digivolve into Dorugoramon. X Antibodies also gets better within the next couple of sets, so it's definitely a deck to invest in. Even though right now it's kind of on the weaker side, it's still a solid deck. As far as outside of that, probably just like a classic black toolbox can still do very well. You could probably make a black OTK deck, and that should also do pretty good. So like there's lots of fun and powerful things that black can do. It's just how creative can you be with it, and figuring out that stuff is going to be the make or break factor. Okay, this box is done. Boop. Ah. Get off me. Reading is hard, says every Yu-Gi-Oh player. Yu-Gi-Oh players read? This is news to me. They have paragraphs, like they have literal novels on their cards, and like they actually read those? I was always under the impression they just assumed what the card did based on the picture. They were just like, oh, he's the Searcher. Yeah, we'll go with that. This card looks like he'll find other cards. Part of the thing that I think like Digimon is doing very well is actually its use of digging. So like Yu-Gi-Oh is just basically tutoring out all of their cards, which I think is a huge mistake. Anytime you could directly search for whatever part and piece you need, immediately like takes a lot of the fun out of trying to find it and build it all the way up. Another Koji Tamer. So this makes the third Koji. I guess the game really wants me to play blue. What tournament am I playing in next? I am going to be playing in the Gyroshans tomorrow. So I kind of needed to open this box literally tonight. to build whatever I'm playing for tomorrow morning. But yeah, the Gyroshans is what I'm playing in next, and that's going to be pretty fun. Hey! I actually like my Agumon icon. It's a pretty solid icon. Not gonna lie. For just reusing art assets. Yu-Gi-Oh! Stopped being fun in 2016. I would probably agree with that. So, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Not gonna lie. The format that I stopped was right before the big rule change because of links. So I stopped, like, around Pendulum Link era, and the deck that I played was Hermetic Dragons, if that literally means anything to anyone. I just thought Hermetic Dragons was a really fun and powerful deck at that time, and the fact that they had to keep banning cards around it kind of showed its strength at that time. At least to me. Because I basically was just like, okay, if the opponent goes first and I have 3 cards in my hand, I can OTK the opponent consistently, and if I go first and I have 4 cards in my hand, then I can OTK consistently. So, like, that's all I saw out of the deck, was just like, oh, I could just have easy OTKs. That's pretty cool. I loved Hermetic Dragons. I loved them. They basically were like a aggro control deck where it's just like they punished the opponent for literally playing a card, and then I just basically won the game for that. And it was great. I loved it. Because I remember seldomly the combo where it's just like I start with a Nuit, and then either that or I pop one of their back row for a the blue one. I'm totally blanking on the names. Pendulums are BS. I would probably agree with that. The first time I saw Pendulums, I did not like it. There's another Lucemon. Hey, hi Lucemon. So that makes Lucemon number 4. So I'm hoping I don't see any other Lucemon but the alt art. And this was all in the top half of my box. Like, literally top row. Not just, like, the top half. You stopped playing around 3 or 4 months after Pendulums came out? Yeah, like, I don't think Pendulums were very fun. Weren't they, like, extra broken, and needed to be fixed because they didn't take up any Spell or Trap Zone era? Or any Spell or Trap Zone space, and now they forced them to have to? Couldn't keep up with the power creep. Yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some really dumb power creep. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is literally power creep incarnate. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh!'s power creep put Buddy Fight to shame, and Buddy Fight was trying to keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh!'s power creep. I'm not saying that was the leading cause of its death. I just think that Bushiroad didn't care or pay attention to the game enough. And that's kind of why it died. But regardless, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is power creep king. I do actually have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. I don't play it, but I have one. Is it in close proximity to me? Maybe. I'll show you guys, like, after, probably. So I don't break up this flow. But to spoil what my current Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck is that I do not play, it is Salamangrates. Like, I got a whole bunch of the Salamangrate cards from the starter deck for free, because someone was like, hey, I bought the deck literally for the Ash Blossoms, here's the rest of the cards. So I accepted those, and then I bought the Ash Blossoms when they were really low at the time. And then I think I played Yu-Gi-Oh! A total of 1 time after being explained how the Salamangrate combo works, and I was so lost and confused. Like, I just could not follow the combo. Let alone if, like, a hand trap or anything came across in my path and stopped me. I literally just did not even, like, because I don't play the game, I just didn't know how to play. Like, I didn't know how to navigate around those play lines. I just went because a friend wanted me to when I lived in Ohio. He was just like, yeah, let's just play Yu-Gi-Oh! One time. And that's kind of how I got my deck. Oh man, another Harrispawn as another alt art. I think I already had this pairing too, which is kind of ironic. So that might be something to look out for. Well, I mean, I guess I'm done looking out for it, because theoretically I shouldn't see Lucemon anymore. Theoretically. Oh, but since I got both of them. Sleeve time. Boop. Because these are the only cards worth actual money in the set. Salamangrates is simple? No, man. I actually have to, like, pay attention to the cards. And that's something I have a hard enough time doing when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I'll show you guys my stuff after the case. Because the case, this part of the stream is going to end up going on YouTube. Because I always do that. I like just chilling with you guys on stream. And then throw it up on YouTube to try to help support my streams a little bit more. Yeah, links kind of, they did confuse me. Because the last time I touched the game before touching it one time to play Salamangrates was Heradic format. Yeah, I know. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to open up a whole case.
I belted out laughing when they made a Smash Bros. Reference in a freaking anime.
Oh yeah, they do that. Like, JJK is so good. Chat, if you have not watched Jujutsu Kaisen, watch it. But I'm pretty sure, being the fine, intelligent, upstanding citizens that you are, you've already seen it. It's a very simple combo deck. Yeah, I literally was explained the combo a total of 1 time and was told to go. So I, like, without me reading the cards, I did not know what a single card did.
You had to build your deck tonight, too.
Yeah, I know. I messaged you that. I told you my itinerary was pretty full.
I mean, I scanned through it, but I forgot about that part.
That's fine. I already have the base of it built. So building my actual deck should be relatively quick.
I don't think he's dead, but Yuji, like, dying, like, in the 4th episode?
Oh, that was great.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, where the special grade curse just, like, murks him.
Literally rips out his own heart. He's like, I can live without this.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
I'm like, what? But I can't see why you guys, like, the fight, like...
The fight choreography is really good. It's just such a well put together show. I'm only an hour and a half into the stream. Oh, we're making good time then. Please don't type out the combo and explain it to me. I'm still not even going to understand a single word that is on that paragraph. Alright, so hopefully we're done with all of the bad stuff, and we can finally get into the good stuff. So, this half of the box, or the case opening, should have all of the Susanomons, and it should have all of the secret rare alt arts. So, I know I'm probably still guaranteed to see at least one of each alt art. If not one of each, then 2 of one. Because we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 4 Lucemons already. Another JP box topper. Oh, God. Just blue and green all day. I need to make a mat of all of the symbols. Like, I need to, or not a mat of all of them. I need to make a mat per symbol. Just because I think it would be easy and quick for me to do. a really solid looking mat. So I'll see what I can come up with, because I do want to try to make more mats. Alright, first pack, we got a total of nothing. Love to see it. Oh wait, did they get hit again with another ban? Because I know, like, wasn't it Gazelle that got hit and that really, like, took the deck down a notch? Because that was, like, their best card. I mean, not that I care about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just that was what I heard at that time. I make custom mats? Why, yes I do. So, for those who actually don't know, like, this Gamamon mat, I made. Like, the mat that I'm currently using, I made. It has my name on it, right there. But yes, I do seldomly make custom playmats. I haven't done it in a while just because work has been eating up so much of my time, along with YouTube, life, and, you know, just everything. But yeah, I do have the ability to make custom playmats. Oh, they got most of their extra deck back, but not in threes. I didn't even know, like, other... Oh my god, there's another Lucimon. Okay, so we're at 5 Lucimons. We need to stop with the Lucimons, please. Any thoughts on set 10? Would you build a blue flare-based deck? Possibly. I mean, obviously I would need to see what it's about. I don't think they're going to go into the Boy Who Leapt Through Time or, like, the Young Hunters. I think it's the Young Hunters arc with Gumdramon. Even though I love Gumdramon. Or Gumdramon. God. I love him, but I don't think we're going to get there. Hey, Flamon. So I think it's literally just going to cover... the first part where he's just facing off against the Bagra army. So we're most likely going to see Bagramon. Finally. We might see... I don't know if we're going to see a new Lilithmon, to be honest. We might see some of the other high members of the Bagra army. And then I have no idea how they're going to handle all of the different Shout crosses. Like, because we have Shout cross 3 through 7. And then all of the versions in between, because, like, they had side versions of, like, here's Shout 7 plus whatever. So there's a lot to unpack there. And then, like, that season had a whole bunch of Digimon, too. So, like, we could possibly see a new Beelzemon. We might see Minervamon. Who knows? We're probably going to see Sparrowmon, more Minatamon, a new Dark Knight, or Skull Knight, or Deadly Axe. Something to play around with that. So, like, there's a lot that could go into a set like that. But we also know that it's also going to support Jesmon, with Jesmon X Antibody being basically confirmed for the set. Which means that they might have a couple of more X Antibody Digimon to help support older decks. So that's going to be interesting to see what other Digimon are in there to support the older decks. Plus, we also don't know how the new Shoutmon is going to interact with the old Shoutmon, if they're going to even interact at all. But I'm curious and excited. I didn't hate Cross Wars. The dub was pretty bad, but I didn't hate Cross Wars as a whole. Taiki Red, Kira Blue, Nana Yellow, Yu Black, and Akiri Purple. Maybe. I mean, granted, this is... Okay, so, like, this is Digimon we're talking about, so they're probably only going to have Taiki, Kira, and Nina. So like they're probably not going to have all of them, let alone the tamers be based on all of them, so they could like have some room for tamers to do other things rather than just cross-war stuff. Oh, I could probably sleeve those. Yeah, because we also have ghost games that they could be focusing on too. Because we're probably gonna get Angramon. So we're gonna get Angramon, and we're gonna get the tamer for Angramon. That's something I would probably guess is gonna be coming in the set. Just based on the trend that they've been doing since BT8. So like BT9 we got Jellymon. BT8 we got Gamamon. So it only leads me to believe that BT10 will get Angramon. But I love Angramon. So far in the anime, Angramon has a very good characterization. Like, he's a very gentle, loving character who also isn't afraid to hit shit when he needs to. Yeah, and Ruri's kind of interesting too. Like, she was played up to be this like popular girl, but she's just a chick. She just wants to have friends and do normal things on top of digi things. Like, she's a pretty good character too. Oh, what's up, J-Pain? How's the luck been so far? Awful. I've seen nothing but Chaos Mons in this case. So this is my 7th box, and I've seen 5 Chaos modes, and I had 2 dud boxes with 2 alt arts. So I'm expecting to see the rest being nothing but Susanomons. Because I want more Susanomons. I'm done with Lucimon Chaos Mode. I don't need any more. I have 5. No, I mean, we don't have any of those promos yet, so they're probably going to save them as like a package for something. So it might be like a dash pack. Where it's going to be a, a Ghost Games Dash Pack, where it's going to include the promos of those 3, the 3 protagonists, and then their Digimon. So it'll come with like 2 cards. That's what I would think that they would do, is something like that. Kind of like what they did with, BT or 1.0. Where we had the paired promos. Dash packs aren't that bad. Like, most of the dash pack cards aren't even super playable outside of BT4s. Like, those are probably the more egregious dash pack cards. Just because they're actually good and playable cards. But outside of that, the dash pack cards haven't really been like super great. Like, probably BT6s also had really good dash pack cards, but outside of that, it hasn't really been that great. Alright, another box. Come on. Fine. Be that way. There we go. I did it. For whatever reason, like, the packs just either slid or were stuck. Another Koichi. So I have seen nothing but JPs and Koichis. So it looks like some packs slid, which was what was making it harder to open. Yeah, Angramon's pretty good. Like, a lot of those tamers are pretty good, actually. I like how Jellymon just likes to draw cards. Like, that's literally her whole sub-theme is just drawing cards. I'm not saying, like, it's boring. It's just, I don't know. They could have done something a little bit more interesting. Like, the whole Thunder thing, I would have thought for sure maybe the stun locking thing. Because usually that's been, like, a more icy trend. Where a lot of the snow-based cards do that. Hey, Emperor. Emperor was with a Zoe. A lot of niche decks are just draw cards. I mean, drawing cards is always good. Boom. The Gaomon line, all 4 starter deck, now Jellymon. I mean, they're going to have to do something with the Gaomon stuff eventually when they go back to Frontiers. Or not Frontiers, Savers / Data Squad. Like, they're going to have to make him better. Because they have the burst modes that they could do. And maybe that'll make Mirage Gaugamon better. Because I do also like Mirage Gaugamon. Like, a lot of my favorite Digimon are in blue. Ugh. Well, there's the alt art. Like, I'm not surprised because, like, I'm under the impression I'm supposed to see one of each. So, I'd be shocked if I don't see one of each, is where I'm leaning at right now. Although, the 5 Lucimons kind of suck, so hopefully I just get 5 Susanomons, and then that balances out the box. Because that would be the 12. So 5 Susano, 5 Luce, 2 Duds. Like, oh no! A double alt box, but one of them was a Lucimon. So I'm getting way more Lucimons than I want. Shoot. That's exactly what I don't want to see. No! My worst fears are coming to realization. So I might get 4 Susanomon out of my case, which is pretty bad. Like, I needed my Susanomon and Lucimons to basically be swapped, and then I would have been golden. But I'm getting way too many Lucimons. That's super unfortunate. Because I only have 4 boxes left, which means those 4 boxes better have Susanomons. Otherwise, I'm going to be really sad. So I think they actually did a better job. Like, slightly better, slightly worse job. I liked the guarantee of the secrets, but I don't like the uneven distribution that I'm seeing. Because it just basically makes it, in a case scenario, a luck factor. Like a 50-50 split on, like, what am I going to see more of? Lucimon, the bad one, or Chaos, or Susanomon, the good one. And then literally that determines the price of your whole case. Like, that feels pretty bad. You could say I'm getting a little salty now from that. Oops. Because that's like, this is like literally one of the worst possible outcomes. Like, if I accidentally get an all Lucimon box, I'd be pretty pissed. Because the only reason why I usually buy a case is for those guarantees. Like, I literally buy it to take the luck out of it. So if I don't walk away with 4 Susanomon from this case, I'm going to be very sad. Although it does make a pretty interesting video because I might actually get like the dream of a double Susano box where my alt and my alt secret come from the same box. That would be pretty dope to see. I mean, like, there's a lot of strong decks that could stand the test of time. Like, I think Cherubimon is a really good one. Just because he could interact with Tamers as a whole and level 3 Digimon from any color. So he's a very versatile card. Just as an example of like a casual deck that you could just sit on. Incoming Alt Art Susano. I already got both Alt Arts out of this box. And unfortunately one of them was Chaos. So I'm really hoping for the dream of a double Susano box where one is the alt, one is the normal. But so far this case has not been super stellar. Like, I'm not even paying attention to my SRs yet. I will in a second. But yeah, this case has not been super stellar. Ugh. Sorry if I'm quiet, chat, sometimes. Boo. Yeah, this pre-release was also pretty jank, too. So, I'm kind of curious to see, like, what the next pre-releases are going to be like. But then again, this game is not made for limited. You could kind of tell from the pull rates on, like, the prevalence of certain cards and where they're located in rarity slots, like, that this is not the greatest for sealed. Alright, 4 boxes left, chat. Knife. I actually think, well, no, I can't say that, because I saw somebody with a case where they had more Susanomon than Lucemon, so I probably just got the unluckiness. Another Koichi. Cool. As far as box toppers go, I've literally only seen JPs, Kojis, and Koichis. And I kind of don't want to see Koji. Like, I'm not saying, like, purple hybrids are bad. It's just, he's obviously one of the worst hybrid decks. I mean, hybrids are still good, don't get me wrong. You love the Cherubi alt art? I do too. I wish I had one. I didn't pull one yet. I pulled literally nothing but, like, the rookie alts. And then I pulled one Magna alt. Rasenmon. Because I think I pulled, like, 3 Harrismon alts, 3 Strabi alts, 1 Beta alt, 1 Flame alt, and then 1, Magna alt. And that's kind of been, like, my alt arts in a nutshell. But it's going to be really interesting to see, like, where my secrets went and, like, where my promos went in terms of, like, quantity per. I would have liked this case to be mathematically even. That would have been nice. Like, I usually like those cases where it's just, like, there's nothing to surprise, everything's mathematically even, and then the alts is the only guessing game. But it looks like they changed things up with BT9, or not BT9, with BT7. So, like, from what I can tell, as of right now, they increased the amount of secrets you're going to see in a box, but they're not evenly distributed, which kind of sucks. I still don't even know at this part if I'm guaranteed to see 2 secret alts or not. Theoretically, I should, but, like, by that math, I would only see 3 Susanomon then and 1 Susano alt. So, getting down to this wire, these last few boxes is, like, actually making me super nervous because I need to see Susanomon. So, let's just pray we see nothing but Susanomon from this point forward. No more Lucimons. Please, no more. My brother's going to be happy because he can try to get the Lucimons off me. Considering he's a 7th grade Demon Lord fan. I'm actually, like, super nervous now. Oh, Alt Art Lopmon. I actually like the Alt Art Lop. And it came with a normal Lop. It's a double Lop box. So the double Lops mean that I'm going to see double Susanomon, right? Right? Oh, wait, no. I only am going to see 1 Susano. Well, it means in the case I'll see a double Susano box. There we go. That's what we need. Positive thinking. There's a Cherubimon. I'm trying to think, like, maybe how you can make Cherubimon outside of, like, purple, yellow be good. Like, maybe red, purple, Cherubimon hybrids? I don't know. I might be stretching it. I actually think Ancient Evolution is a pretty underrated card. So I had, like, this weird thought on using Ancient Garurumon with Ancient Evolution. Because you could Digivolve on top of the level 4 with a level 4, and then you could Ancient Evolution to basically reduce the evolution cost to basically be 0, right? Because how much... no, it just allows me to go up into it. So... yeah, it just allows me to go up into it. It's not reducing it. That's unfortunate. Never mind, the dream is dead. I mean, it's still kind of cool to think that I could go into Ancient off of my level 4, though. For blue hybrids. Oh, no! This is worst case scenario! Holy crap! Another dud box. Oh my god, am I actually going to see only 3 Susano in this case? Holy crap. This case has been absolutely murder then. I'm getting murdered by this case, if that's the case. Ancient Evolution in your side deck? Yeah, it's a solid card. Not every color can use it, because not all of their Ancients are good. But, you know... It's a fun card to play around with. I think, like, green, red, and blue have the best Ancients that they want to use. Purple's kind of sucks. Yellow's is awful. Blue's secondary Ancient is pretty bad. So, like, maybe in the future when we get more Ancients, it'll be good. Oh, I forgot black had an Ancient, and that's... I don't count that. You got... in 7 boxes, 5 Lucimon, 1 regular, 1 Altart. I know Ben got something very similar. Out of, like, his 8 boxes, he got, like, 5 Lucimons and 1 Alt. So, like, I think maybe Susanomon, I can't necessarily say he's short printed. It's just probably in, like, the way it was printed. My case just got unlucky with the amount of Susanomons. Because the same amount of Susanomons would theoretically be in a different box. Or a different case. Because they all get printed on the same sheet. So I'm so far getting murdered. Oh my god. This is not good. Oh, I don't, these, here we go. Like, the double alt boxes is what you want to avoid in this set. Like, especially if your alts are duds. Like, my alts so far have been pretty subpar. None of them have been, like, super stellar because the majority of them were the rookies. And that's, like, those are the worst ones to get. Alright, down to the wire. Nothing but Susanomon. From this point forward, I could pull 3 Susanomon in 4 boxes. Let's go. Or 4 Susanomon in 3 boxes. Both the Red Tamer boxes with the red mem. I'm going to see if there is a correlation, because as of right now, I've had literally nothing but green, purple, and blue, and all of them are the same. So, yeah, this is already looking super awkward. Hey, red. Finally, something different. Alright, so 4 Susanomon in 3 boxes. Let's go? Question mark? Otherwise, I'm going to be really, really salty. Because that doesn't limit the amount of decks that I can play with Susanomon. So I would probably end up building red hybrids without Susanomon. I wanted at least 1 Susanomon in red hybrids, but it looks like that's not what's going to happen here. Just because I do value, like, against yellow, if they're trying to stall me out, I do want a way to try to refresh my deck. The Magna. I feel like I've seen a Magna in almost every single box. The Dark Knight. I always want to call him Skull Knight. I know he's Dark Knight. Like a Dark Nut. Although that's cool that there's an Eismon in the back. Ooh, there we go. This is a good one. That's at least a good alt. Like that's one of the more pricey alts. I know that one for a fact. God, I'm so sick of this. Seriously. Seriously. I'm getting murdered by Lucimons. Okay, so maybe the secrets are actually randomized in this set, which really sucks considering my luck has been absolutely piss poor. I do not want to buy Susanomon. Considering I already bought a whole case expecting to see a playset of Susanomon. Oh my god. So does anyone want to do a fair trade, even split Susanomon for Lucimons? Anyone? Any takers? Going once, going twice? PM me. All the hits were in the same side in that order. I haven't been keeping track of that, so if somebody has been, that's kind of nice. Oh! Yeah, all of my hits usually did come from this side. Huh. Yeah, they kind of were. So, J-Pain, if you were keeping track of, like, the placements, you could kind of, like, tell me how many packs in, and I could pull those out, and we could just do hit, hit, hit. If not, that's totally okay. I could always count them for the last 2 boxes, or the last box. But it's probably going to be different per case, but the same idea per case. Where it's just like, they will be in the same positions, but the position might be different per case. So, I mean, it's not surprising that Digimon is mappable. Like, it really isn't. A lot of the other previous boxes were mappable. Serafi. But the fact that I've seen 7 Lucimons right now is absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And one of them was an alt art. Like, you just need 1 card. Come on. Why can't you give it to me? I was going to say video game. Oh, you haven't? You were just comparing them? I mean, that's not surprising that, like, there is some mappability to Digimon boxes. They've always kind of been that way. Like, I haven't really directly read anything correlating to that, but, like, it wouldn't shock me if they were. Although I'm actually getting really, really upset at the fact that I got no Susanomons in this case. And I've seen literally nothing but Lucimons. So one of these last 2 boxes better have alt art, Susano, and a normal Susano. Because right now I am getting murdered. Without those Susanomons, like, because that's the big chase card of the set, is, like, some of the alt arts, which I hit, like, almost none of them, and then the Susanomon. Like, I'm probably going to have to sell or trade this for a Susanomon at this point. I mean, it would be more surprising when Bandai actually, like, fixes that problem, but I think, like, based on what they've been up to, they're probably just too busy. And they keep, like, subtly trying to tweak and change things around, which I, so far, am not a huge fan of this change, where, like, I don't know, it could just be the saltiness of my case being absolutely nothing but Lucimons. But, like, I really just need a Susanomon. I'm getting really tired of seeing Lucimon because I'm not using him. I will very rarely ever use that card. Unless the last Lucimon mode comes out and it's, like, absolutely busted with the old ones. Like, this is actually pretty bad. Trying to get the last 2 boxes out. So, can I at least get 3 Susanomons in 2 boxes? Please. Alright, a Zoe. That's a good sign. Last time I saw Zoe, she had a Susanomon. I don't know if that's the actual correlation, but I'd have to like go back into the footage and check, because literally the fact that I saw nothing but duds and Lucimons, and then all of my box toppers were almost the same, kind of makes me feel like something might be there. I mean, obviously I would need more data, but like, I don't know. I'm just still really salty. I apologize, chat. My saltiness knows no bounds. Alright, still nothing. Susanomon. Nope. Yeah, and clumping still seems to be a thing. Like, I could swear I've seen Duragoromon with a Zoe quite a lot. But, like, clumping is to be expected. I'm not even, like, surprised at this point about that either. Magna. Hey. But this case has been super weird compared to the others. Like, the others were way more calculated. Like, I could actually calculate them. This one's, like, so far off the rails. Because the mathematical averages should still hold true, even if they theoretically upped the SR count per box by 1. But the fact that I had 4 dud packs kind of worries me. Or, not dud packs, dud boxes, my bad. There we go. Finally, a Susanomon. Was it that hard? Apparently it is. Because I'm not buying any more boxes past this. Like, I opened up a whole case. How many more do I need just to get a full playset of Susanomon? Commercials are funny sometimes. Oh, there's the Altart Cherubi. Okay. So I don't even... Will I even get a full playset of Susanomons now? Between... I don't even know how many other Susanomons I have. I think I opened up one from my pre-release box, and then I opened one from my extra, and then this last box better have a Susanomon, otherwise I'm actually not going to have a playset of Susanos. And that's kind of scaring me right now. Like, the fact that I already am not going to get a full playset of Susano in this case alone already is, like, making me panic. So, I don't think, because I already got my Altart and my Secret, I don't think there's going to be anything interesting in this box that's left. Huh. So, I'm just going through the motions at this point. Oops, one more. Oop. I almost don't even want to bother opening the rest of these packs and just get to the last box. So, Zoe's might just hold the secret to Susanomon. That just might actually be a thing where Susanomons come in Zoe boxes. So the box toppers might have a correlation to the secrets. Because, thinking about it now... Well, I'll take a look at it after, because I have them all organized. Oh. Alright, last couple packs of this box, and then we're on to the last box, where we better see another Susanomon, otherwise I'm going to actually cry on stream. And no one wants to see me cry on stream. Rasen. Zoe and Harris. And then last pack. Oh, a Gurumon. Alright. Oh boy. Last box, chat. Last box. Oh. Alright, let's hope we see a Zoe, so that way we can see if we could get another Susano. I really need this to be another Susanomon. I really do. Oh, shoot. Alright, not a good sign. Koji. But hopefully Koji has a Susanomon inside. And the box toppers are myths. Like... Oh, it's Villegas. Thanks for the sub. Holy crap. So far, pulls have not been super hot. Just a whole bunch of Lucimon and no Susanos. I have one Susanomon out of my whole case. So I need all of the energy in the world to pull another Susanomon. Oh, and it's a Lucimon. So I better hope that this is an alt art. I better hope that this is an alt art Susano. So I actually think that the box toppers might have something to do with the secrets. So if that's the case, then the alt art is going to be random. So that means I might not see a alt art Susano. Because I think every single time I saw a Koji, it's been a Lucimon. I'll have to double check because I have them all organized. Oh, if Velgas, I will trade you whatever amount of Lucimons to get my hands on some more Susanos. I will trade you gladly if you need Lucimons. Oh, he goes there. But in this whole entire case, only one Susanomon. One. I am absolutely shocked and appalled. Because imagine if all of those Susanomons were Lucimons. I would probably be complaining way less, because I actually need Susanomon over Lucimon. But I would still be really upset the fact that I didn't even see a Lucimon if the reverse happened. Yeah, so like when you get your cards and open them up, just DM me, Facebook message me, join my Discord, whatever you need to do to get in contact with me. Do it, and I will gladly trade you whatever Lucimons you need. Because I think I'm sitting on 7 or 8 of them now. It's just sad life. All around. So I'm just hoping my alt art is an alt art Susanamon, and then I'm Gucci. Because then I'll at least have a playset of Susanamons. I should have just bought them when they were like 20 bucks on pre-sale. Oh, nope, it's a Strabi. Wow. Holy biscuit. I'm actually shocked and appalled. I cannot even believe I didn't even get a full playset of Susanamons. I'm at a complete and utter loss for words. I do not even understand this. So the rest of this literally means nothing then. This is all just for show. Let's get through this as quickly as we can. Speedrun it. I don't think I could speedrun this. And the problem is the Lucimon art, or the Lucimons, they tanked. So like I can't even try to trade fairly for the Susanamons anymore. So, chat, I am definitely officially now in the market for Susanamons. If you have any, please feel free to message me. We could work something out. This is like the first time I actually got punished for buying a case, it feels like. Alright. Let's put this crap away. This is probably one of the worst possible outcomes I could have ever hoped never to see. Oh, here's the box. All right, let's do the breakdown. So, last pack. Oops. Okay. So, my last pack had a Koji. And the hits was a Lucimon and Strabimon. What was the memory boost to go with the Koji? It is yellow memory boost. So the memory boost just might not be correlated with this at all, but I'm highly suspicious that there is a correlation here. So, Koji came with a Lucimon. Zoe yields another green memory boost. Okay. So, that's the second time I've seen Zoe with a green memory boost. So, Zoe's might come with green memory boost. And then the hits off of the Zoe pack were Susanamon and Cherubi. Takuya came with Red Memory Boost. Okay, so the Tamers actually still might be correlated with the Memory Boosts. So the rumor is not off the table. Because I think every time I've seen Takuya from other people's, it's always had Red Memory Boost too. Stay. And he came with a Lucemon and a Dorobon. Koji, or Koichi, came with a Purple Memory Boost. And he had 2 alt arts. So, hold on, let me fish out my memory boosts. So, memory. 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 Okay, so let's try to see if there's a pattern here. So this Koichi, let's see if this is a purple memory boost. And it is. Okay, so there is a pattern to these. Because this was also 2 alt arts. Don't you just love putting together things that probably shouldn't exist? So Zoe will probably give you a Susanamon if this hunch is correct. So JP. Actually, I could put you here. Because I'm going to see a lot of Kojis. So JP's memory boost is Black Memory Boost. And he came with a Lucemon as well. Any ideas why the Green Memory Boost is the most expensive? I have no idea. To be honest, I have no idea. Probably because Green's options are just so bad that, like, Green Memory Boost just stands out. Okay, so here's Koji number 2. What memory boost did he have? He had yellow. So this should be a yellow memory boost then. And look at that, it's a yellow memory boost. Don't you just love it when your cards are correlated nicely and evenly? There we go. Yep, yellow memory boost. Okay, box toppers rig the box. Got it. And he had a Lucemon as well. Yep. Here is another Koichi. Oh, maybe that explains why I had so many dud boxes, is because Koichi's a 2 alt box. And he comes with Purple Memory Boost 100% guaranteed. Right on the bunny. And double alt box. So, JP and Koji give you Lucemon. Koichi is a double alt. Zoe is Susanamon. So there actually is a pattern here. I'm not crazy. So this should be Black Memory Boost. Unless one of them is actually yielding random Tamas, or Memory Boosts. Nope, Black Memory Boost. And double alt box. Oh, so JP's either Susanomon or double alt? Okay. Koji's probably always going to be Lucemon then. Yellow memory boost. And Lucemon. Another JP. So this should be another black memory boost. Boom, right on schedule. With either double alt or Lucemon. And then last Koji with another yellow memory boost. Wow, look at that. And then the last one is what I started with. Lucemon. So I didn't get any Tommies, so Tommy might also be a Susano box, if this is the case. But I do think every single time you see Koji, it's going to be a Lucemon. That is probably 100% a fact. Every time you see a Zoe, you're probably going to see a Susano. Yeah, so if you want to take into account all my Lucemons, I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I pulled 8 Lucemons and one Susanomon. I am unbelievably shocked and appalled. Hold on, chat. I need to see if, I need to dig out my other Susanos, because thankfully, in my bonus box, I opened up a Susano. And then I think I have one more Susano from my pre-release box. So I'll have to check that. Give me a second. Did Koji always come with purple memory boost? Yeah, okay. So, like, even from an outside source, Koji always came with a purple memory boost. Always. But Koji also had Susanomon, so I have zero idea what the heck is happening. Yeah, I have zero idea. But I only have 3 Susanomon in total. That's all I know. So, that sucks. Like, tremendously. So, did JP's always give me a Lucemon? No, this JP had a double alt. Sorry, I just need to do some sorting.
I heard loud noises. Did you do good or bad?
Bad. Tremendously bad. Like, probably one of the worst I could have done.
Please get all the cards you needed?
No. That's
Oh,
the
no.
sad part. And of course, the one that I'm missing is probably the most important one in the entire set.
Oh, the $50 card?
Yep.
You only got one?
I only pulled one out of 12 boxes. 12.
Man.
I pulled freaking 8 of these frickers. 8 of them. Like, look at this. That's the one I don't need. I'm actually super salty. Oh, and then the alt art one.
I'm sorry, dude. That's crazy.
I only buy cases because mathematically it takes the luck out of it. And then I see this happen and it's just like, God, I want to like strangle something.
So are those like the only 2 cards that happened to you on?
Yeah, because the alts are like, the alt arts are random. So like, you never know what you're going to get alt art wise. Although I did see a lot of like same alt arts. Like I literally pulled a full playset of alt art Strabies, which probably shouldn't happen mathematically. And then I almost pulled a full playset of Harrispawns, which again, probably shouldn't mathematically happen.
So you just got really, really unlucky?
Oh, I got screwed hard. This case sucked. This case was awful. I'm just lucky I had 2 other Susanomons, and I still need to find a 3rd one.
Was your case tampered with?
No, it was just unlucky.
Gotcha. This is the first time I ever heard you, like, rant about it.
Because it's the first time it's happened. Like, all of the other cases, up until now, mathematical averages. Like, very little variance outside of mathematical averages. And then you get something like this, where it's just like, let me just dump all of the Lucimons on you and give you none of the Susanomons. It's like, what in the actual? Because theoretically, mathematically,
Getting 8 of those
it should be this. Like, it should be this. 4-4. That's how it's literally always been. And then 1 of each alt art. And I didn't even get 1 of each alt art. So I'm just like, I'm actually flabbergasted.
Whoever packed it messed up.
It seems like it. And then these are seeded. So if you see a particular box topper, you know what memory boost you're going to get.
Gotcha.
Which, that's a little bit more to be expected. And I do think that the box toppers also influence these. Because the box toppers I saw the most of
Were that dude.
were these. 3, 3, 4. And then 1 and 1. And then I only get 1 Susanomon from the actual box. It's like, something fishy's going on here. So I just think I got a really bad case.
Gotcha. I mean, if it happens again, will you be anxious of that seller, or not anxious?
It's not the seller's fault. It's more of the fault of Bandai.
Packing.
Yeah, it's just the seed or the package or that I got. Like, it wasn't tampered or altered. It was just awful. So now I have to figure out how to get a 4th Susanomon.
Without having to spend $50.
Without having to spend $50, because unfortunately Lucimon's like half his value, and I'm not about to go 2-for-1s. So this was just absolutely nightmare scenario. And I swear, if this keeps happening again, then I'm probably not buying cases.
I mean, it's a big investment.
I only buy cases because it takes the RNG. It's theoretically supposed to take the RNG out of it. And the fact that I got extra screwed by RNG, like if I was extra rewarded with RNG, where all my Lucimons were Susanomons, I'd be complaining way less.
Yeah, you'd probably be the
opposite. Yes, I'd still be complaining at the fact that I did see a whole lot of Lucimons, but I'd be complaining way less as a whole because it's the more valuable card. So, I don't know. I already have a couple of cases pre-ordered. I'm still going to go through with them, but I really hope this does not happen again. Because this is nightmare territory of bad. And now let's just see out of curiosity what I got here.
Rares, I'm guessing you're going through?
These are the super rares. I'll still, like, thankfully I'll still be able to play what I need to play. It's just not having a full play set of Susanamon sucks. Because he's obviously the best card in the whole set.
He's broken.
It's not broken, he's just really dang good.
What are the cards you're putting on the side? Are those not?
These are the promos. They're the campaign rares is what Bandai labeled them as, but they're promos. So I just don't have the table space to like go through all of these, and I want to do these first.
Yeah.
Ebon, Skull.
Cool.
Yeah, it only took about 2.5 hours to open up that whole case. Not bad. That's about my average.
So wait, in the extra box you got a Susanamon, and then in your case you got one?
Yep. My extra box I got a total of 1 Susano. Thankfully I got that. Like, holy crap. If I didn't get that and I only would literally be playing with 2 Susano, I would be even more furious than I am now. Oops, box fell. That's fine. But I only do this to take away the... Oh, that's a card that shouldn't be in here. Get out of here.
It was just shiny.
Yeah.
I tricked you.
Well, because they didn't texture the foil these to try to prevent them being from weighed.
Gotcha.
Because people would weigh the packs and you could determine what the rare cards were just because these were heavier.
To protect the little things that are vital to our future. Big ideas, like DTE's Clean Vision. Clean Vision is about more than our doubling wind and solar in just 2 years. It means a future with cleaner energy, a cleaner environment.
So I know I'm going to end up with at least 2 playsets of each of these. I'm just seeing where my extra ones are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's another shiny card that snuck its way in.
You have 2 levels of that? Okay.
They're both blue and they're next to each other. I'm colorblind. I mistake my blues for blues.
I told my coworker my mom was colorblind, and she was surprised too, because I'm like, I had a girlfriend who was pretty crazy that she's just like, hey, if your mom's colorblind, then you have to be colorblind. I'm like, I'm not colorblind.
Oh, I was making, ironically enough, I was making colorblind joke at work where it's just like, well, technically everyone's colorblind in the dark. She got a good chuckle out of that.
Oh, look like you at least got a playset of everything. A little bit more.
Yeah. It's just, what of what is what I'm looking at. I knew I'd get 2 playsets of all of these, at least. It was just the lack of Susanamons really is killing me right now. It's actually emotionally hurting me.
Just because how expensive that card is.
Well, this is the first time, like, a mathematical average, like, actually hard failed. Like, it didn't just fail, it hard failed. Like, I could have actually saw an entire case with 0 Susanamon. That was a actual possibility that was staring me in the face, and it was scaring me the whole time I was getting toward the end. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not 2 full play sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 full play sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 1. 2 play sets plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. not 2 playsets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 playsets plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not 2 playsets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not 2 playsets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 playsets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So last
Playset plus 1.
would be 9 if math.
1,
is
2,
math.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I saw almost... I literally saw this card in every single box but one. I had a feeling this was going to be the huge outlier. It's just by this large of a margin is kind of insane.
Why do you think it'd be that much of an outlier?
Like, as I was opening, I saw that I knew he was going to be an outlier. I just did not know it was this much. Where I have almost...
3 playsets.
3 playsets of him. Wow.
Have you not seen that much either? Like, is that also uncommon?
Yes, that is. Because, like I said, math-wise, that could be there, that could be... Like, these extra cards should theoretically spread these out to be even. With a couple of them being extra. And then...
So that probably happened across the board.
I have no idea. Other people's cases seem to be fine, which led me to believe that mine would be too. Like, I'm okay with seeing the most out of this card. I wish I had a little bit more on some of these. I at least have 1 playset, which is all I care about. Now we go with the Tamers. Guru. Oh, Guru's down here.
I got to watch my first big JJK fight with him versus the Volcano dude.
Oh, that was a good fight.
That was a good fight.
Isn't his power BS?
His power is literally, I put you in a black hole and you can't do anything. Have fun.
His power is literally like, yeah, nothing can touch me unless I want it to touch me.
And then
Good luck actually fighting me.
And then his domain is just like, yo, you can't do anything.
Oh yeah, I literally stun lock you because you're intaking literally all of creation. That was, yeah, that's why Gojo is super confident in himself. Like, it is not all show.
Because he got blessed with a... Because he was also saying that, like, 80% of the curse is innate ability.
Yeah. So, like, that's what makes the female main really good, is because, like, the premise of her curse is very, very powerful. It's just all application.
Oh, yeah, I still have to learn a little bit more of that, but I know she has a hammer and she jams nails into people. It's
a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be 7 and 7 across. It should be 7s across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the hey? Okay. Is it literally either a 4 or a 7? No, this has 5. So 4, 5, 7, 7, 7.
You have a crazy one?
7. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 5s. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. I mean, I don't care. I have a full playset of all of them, so, like, I'm fine. It's just interesting to see, like, the math and where things laid out. Probably the one box that had the Susanoo. Oh, yeah, he's saying the one box that didn't have the Susanomon, or had the Susanomon, probably didn't have the Magna. Which means, you know what that means, chat? There's actually, if my hunches are leading me to be correct about this, about box toppers influencing secrets, influencing supers, then the boxes could be seeded and mapped. It's just a matter of doing the actual math and having enough cases opened to figure all of that out. Because otherwise, there's actually zero explanation on why I should have 11 Magna Gurus. Zero.